What is reaction swing range? Reaction swing range is the price range between the most recent completed swing and the present swing, representing the market's corrective movement before the next impulsive movement, right? Now, swing range helps traders to identify market correction, define key structural level, and anticipate whether the price is likely to produce a break of structure for trend continuation or change of character for a potential trend reversal. You guys will get the meaning of that as we progress. Now, look at this. The market is moving in bullish trend. So what is your RSR? I mean your reaction swing range. Your reaction swing range is the recent higher high and the recent higher low. So this gap to this gap is what we call reaction swing range. It's not hard. See the price range between the recent swing high and the present swing low. So anytime you open the chart, what you are interested about is the reaction swing range. Identify it. So when you identify, there are things that you will still look out for before you conclude on what to do. For bearish trend, the market is moving lower high and lower low. I believe that this is easy to identify. Just identify the recent lower high and the recent lower low. That is your reaction swing range, because it is around this range that you'll be looking for opportunity to place the trend. So looking at this market, right? Looking at this market, if you look at this, it said that whether the market will produce a breakout or a change of character. Look at this. This market can decide to break this level. If it breaks that level, that is change of character. It can decide to do this also. The price can just come here like this and break structure, right? So that is it. Now, supply and demand. We are progressing. What is supply? Supply zone is the price area where selling pressure previously exceeded buying pressure, causing price to move sharply downward. When price return to this zone, sellers may become active again, increase the likelihood of another bearish move. Anytime you hear supply zone, just know that that is a zone where sellers can gain more momentum to push the market in their own direction. For example, this is a supply zone. The market can move to this region, right? When it gets to that region, sellers will put the price to downward to favor their direction. So I believe you get that. Now let's proceed. Demand zone. Demand zone is the price area where buying pressure previously exceeded selling pressure, causing price to move sharply upward. When price returns to this zone, buyers may become active again, increasing the likelihood of another bullish move. It's not hard to comprehend. The price will come to this level, then push it up, because buyers are in control. Another thing you need to also know is mitigated zone and unmitigated zone. So when we say mitigated zone, what is mitigated zone? Mitigated zone is a supply or demand zone that has already been revisited by price after its creation, causing some or all the pending institutional buy or sell order within that zone to be filled. As a result, the zone may become weaker and have a lower probability of producing strong reaction if price return again. Now look at it, it's very simple. This is a demand zone. The price come here and touch it. That is what we call mitigated. For form a retest on it, then continue and hit the demand zone. So it's possible that this zone will become weaker, right? The price can just come and break it and continue to move to downward direction, but that does not mean that all the time it will be like that. It can come to that level and just be forming consolidation also. But just have it in mind, or just know that when price touch supply zone or demand zone, that's what we call mitigated zone. So but if price have not yet come to touch it or retest on it, it is called unmitigated zone, like this. We're expecting this price to come to this level and mitigate it, right? But presently this one is unmitigated, this one is unmitigated. There's high tendency that the price can even come in the future and come to that level and push up. So learn to identify mitigated and unmitigated zone in the market, and I will advise you that focus on the recent mitigated or unmitigated zone in the chart. So okay, look at this. I want us to go through this. The market is forming lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, mitigated that supply zone, lower low, lower high, but unmitigated at this level. Come again, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, mitigated. Can you see? Come here, lower high, lower low, break up, change of character. There's a demand zone there. It came and mitigate it. Unmitigated, unmitigated, mitigated. So it's not really hard. So before you take any trade, first identify the trend of the market. Is the market bullish or the market is bearish? If the market is bullish, you are buying. If the market is bearish, you are selling. The second thing that you need to identify is the reaction swing range, right? Identify it. Then identify the supply and demand zone. More will be added later. So I want to trade. So when I come to the chart, so you want to trade. Anytime you open the chart, this is what should come to your mind. What is the trend of the market? This market is bullish. That means I am buying. Then I need to identify the swing zone. This is my reaction swing zone. Where is my demand? This is my demand level. This is my demand level. So I'm expecting this price to come and mitigate this unmitigated demand zone. Do you get that now? What is the trend of the market? The trend of the market is bearish, right? Forming lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Breaking structure to downward direction. So what am I going to do next? I will identify my reaction swing range. Then after identifying that, I will also identify my supply, right? But this supply is unmitigated supply zone. So I'm expecting the price to come and mitigate that unmitigated supply zone before I place my entry. So we'll continue tomorrow. If you have any question, you can ask.